Hello everyone, this is Aztec, this is the CSC, and today I want to make a video about rest and invest, or invest and rest. So if you find this interesting, if this is something that you want to listen to and possibly learn, go ahead and give me a like, subscribe for more videos like this. So you might laugh and say, isn't resting after you invested self-explanatory? And it's not for everyone, So I wanted to go ahead and just give a general idea or explanation of how I do it, and hopefully it saves you guys money. This is not financial advice, just my opinion, something that I do, something I've done for the past couple years in this digital market. So here we go. Basically, if you're buying at the bottom, and I've already kind of explained in past videos why I believe this is the bottom. You got some amazing catalysts that are stirring up the market. You have the EFTs, and you have a lot of people coming out believing and speculating that this is going to be approved. Whether it's September or in February, a lot of people think it's going to be approved. But even if the EFTs aren't going to be approved, you have this company Bakkt that's just came out today or yesterday, and that is something that's going to be launched in November, supposedly, and it will be launched by ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange. Basically, this is huge, guys. This really could be bigger than EFTs, and the reason is because ICE owns, like the New York Stock Exchange, for example, and many other exchanges. So they're a huge player. If you think the New York Stock Exchange is huge, ICE is even a bigger player, and they're going to start their own exchange to go ahead and simplify, the process of getting into, digital assets like Bitcoin. So this is huge, guys. And also the miners and the manipulation. I believe these are all things that contribute to keeping Bitcoin above 6K. Now, I was looking at the charts today, guys, and it does kind of look like we're due for a small correction, something small, not like a we're going to 4K, guys, type thing. Just maybe a couple $100. We could hit 7K, 7,200, and then start coming down from there. But basically, the RSI is starting to grow, and the MACD is looking like we might begin ready for a crossover. So there's a couple things I was looking at today that may seem like we're going to get a small correction, but in my opinion, if 6K is the bottom because of all these catalysts, and the trading sideways is a part of the the process. We go up, we go through a massive correction, and then we go sideways for a little bit, and then we go up and come down into another sideways action. So this is establishing sideways action, and we are trading within going anywhere from 6K to 7K. That's still going sideways. It's not an extremely significant move up or down. So in my opinion, if you're looking at that zoomed out in a weekly chart or a day chart, it's very much just kind of going sideways. So that is establishing a sideways movement. Again, so back to the point, if we're trending sideways and 6K is the bottom when we've bought in towards the bottom, basically everything that you have purchased, whatever your coin may be, whatever you've gotten into, you've basically bought the bottom, and now it's time to rest. So what that means is that you generally don't want to touch those coins or tokens. That it doesn't matter if they go up a little bit, down a little bit. If you're not holding these assets basically to trade, or swing trade, you're holding them for a long term, like you got a really good project and you're just holding it for the bull run, then you really don't want to touch it. Now, that is very important because a lot of people, they see it drop 5% and they sell. When they sell at a loss, they lose money, and then they see it go up again. They like the project, they get back into it, and they bought it at a higher price, so they lose the amount of that asset that they had, so they have less, and they can repeat that, and that's a problem. You start hemorrhaging, so not touching it is a good thing. Resting, basically. And the only time that I personally might make a sell with something that I'm holding long term would be if it's like I get like a 30 to 40% pump. Generally, if you see a 30 to 40%, even higher, it's gonna correct. And if you're looking at a 60% correction, at that point you can buy in again a little bit lower, and at that point, you're growing the amount of coins or tokens, instead of selling for a loss. So the rest part of it, in my opinion, is one of the hardest parts. We're not talking about trading. We're not talking about leveraging trading. Anything that's it's truly hodling, and hodling correctly, which is the invest and rest, and resting being the hardest part. It's hard not to touch something, especially when you see it drop 5%, drop another couple percentages. If you're in a truly good project and you truly believe in it, and it's not just hemorrhaging and dumping, and you still want to stay up on your project. You want to make sure it's not getting a lot of bad press and indicators showing that the project might be failing or something like that. At that point you might want to cut your losses, but not touching it is generally what you'd want to do, unless you're seeing a very big spike based off some kind of news that came out. It's okay at that point to take profits, basically 25% or 50%, and then wait for it to correct and buy in again. So resting and investing, basically not touching, generally speaking, and taking profits on the big spikes. That's how you do it. So anyways, guys, I'm still bullish. I think this is it, guys. We've pretty much seen the bottom. I think that 57, 5,800, whatever it was, that was the bottom. That's personally my personal belief, not investment advice. We could see 4K, but I don't see that happening. So yeah, rest and invest. It sounds a lot easier than it is, but it really is. After you've made a solid investment, you've done your research, you used all your tools. Like I always say, use the charts, but TA is not everything. A lot of other YouTubers and other people in the crypto world will say TA is everything, but TA is extremely significant because a lot of other people are respecting the same charts. So they're making the same moves based off what they're seeing on the charts, and for that reason it can be important. But then you have manipulation out of nowhere, and that can totally mess up a trade if you're just going solely on TA. So you got to use all your tools. You got to use your TA, your social media. Go ahead and look at the media too. You might want to do the opposite of whatever the media is saying, because you've probably seen that video that came out recently. But besides that, you got the media, you got your fundamental analysis, and all these tools. You use those if you're in a good project. Go ahead and just relax. Go out with the family. Go out with your friends or whatever. Play video games and just let the money stack up. Let it pile up, and take profits when you feel like it's necessary. So I'm really excited, guys. I really believe this is probably going to be the biggest bull run I've personally ever seen, and the biggest in this space. So, I mean, these players that are moving in, the people that I talk to, of course, I've said this before. I hang out with Wells. I work with a lot of them. The grumblings and rumblings that are coming down the pipeline. I mean, it's big, guys. So at this point, I am still bullish, and I'm excited. I hope all of you guys are doing well, and yeah, like and subscribe for more, guys. Go ahead and tell me what you guys got into. I know a lot of you guys like VeChain. That's something you guys have been raving about, and I love VeChain. My very first video was about VeChain. I said I definitely believe it's going to only do at least 20 times from where I bought it at, but at least 20 times. But yeah, let me know what projects you guys are in. If you like different types of trading, I like to swing trade. I would say I'm more of a swing trader, but I do hodl certain projects, and this is kind of that perfect time, in my opinion, where I like to start dollar cost averaging in and hodling different projects, because if I feel like it's a bottom, I'll do that. So yeah, let me know what projects you guys are in. Let's see, just questions, whatever, let me know, guys, and have a good one, guys.